Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of House of Cards. And we are going to talk about a new eBay sellers fee policy that they are rolling out here by the end of the year. And I recently received an email from eBay that is a breakdown of sort of how this is all going to work. So we're going to dig into that, and then afterwards we're going to go over some new mail days, and we will kind of see what's came through the mail over the last week or so. And yeah, it should be a informational kind of fun episode. And if you haven't already, really appreciate it if you would like this video, and also, if you haven't, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, as I do put out content usually at least once a week, but sometimes twice a week, depending how much is going on and what I got to talk about. So continue to look for new videos on the regular basis from House of Cards, and away we go. So here is the email that I received, and this is basically just letting me know I can get a $15 coupon. So of course I opened it up. I love eBay's deals they send out, you know, especially with their eBay bucks, and then every once in a while you just get a coupon for no reason. So I opened the email, and then it basically is a way to get people to act early on their sign up and registration for their new policy for sellers to use their platform instead of what they have been using for many years, which is PayPal. So if you don't know, eBay and PayPal kind of broke up, so they're no longer, you know, kind of affiliated as they were for many years. So now eBay is basically processing payments themselves. So in the email, you'll see kind of the understanding of they're just trying to get everyone to migrate over to this new structure, and it just pretty simple. They're saying, hey, if you jump on and you do this before December 1st at midnight, you'll get a $15 coupon, which will be sent to you by December 11th. So I figured, hey, if they're going to make everyone do it anyways by the end of the year, might as well do it now and get a $15 coupon and use that to buy more sports cards. So kind of a no-brainer for me. But anyways, that was the email. And so I went through the process. It literally took me all of probably 5 to 10 minutes max. So it was a very painless process. And I got to the page that, you know, kind of shows you the full breakdown as far as what it is that they're doing. And it's pretty straightforward. There actually is a little bit of savings, which is kind of nice. So I guess the main points that changed are fees. Before, you paid a 2.9% third-party payments fee, which was basically what everyone always said, the 3% PayPal fee. And then you also got the 10% final value fee, which is what eBay would invoice you for every month at the end of the month, which I hate getting those invoices because you always forget about it because they don't take it out of the payouts. So you are always assuming that you're like, hey, I made all this money. Then all of a sudden you get an invoice for $100. You're like, oh, shoot. So they're taking those away as two separate things, and now you're just going to get one fee, which is going to be 12.35% of the final value fee. So the good news is you're going to save about half a percentage point, which, you know, hey, you know, every little bit helps, right? But the other part of it, which, you know, it's good and bad, I guess, depending on how your cash flow works, but you're not going to get the invoice every month where they just, you know, snatch their 10% out of your bank account for all of the transactions throughout the month. They're going to just take it out right then and there when you get your payout from your sale. So it's kind of good because you're not going to have surprises down the month, but, you know, some people like to be able to keep cash free throughout the month and then, you know, pay it all at once at the end. So either way, totally get it. There's also a 30 cents per order fee. So that is just one other thing that we also got to consider. So that might end up being a lot when you're doing smaller, like micro transactions. If you're selling something for a few bucks, you know, 30 cents of that few bucks can end up being, you know, 10% of the total value of the item. So that might be another way to kind of encourage people to you know, maybe try and sell more of your high-end stuff on eBay. So this leads nicely into kind of talking about my last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link for it here, but it's a video on using COMC, and which is what I like to use for my lower to mid-range cards to sell, because the fees are a lot lower than eBay's in total once it's all said and done. So it does make sense if you're selling lower end cards for, you know, $2, $3, $4, $5. Maybe, you know, with these new eBay fees, it makes more sense to just keep those transactions on COMC and use eBay for your higher priced items. That way that 30 cents is you know, pretty much meaningless if you're selling something for, you know, $100. So that is pretty much it. The fees also, just to note, the 12.35% final value fee does go down if you have a store. So store sellers, you know, it can be, for most categories, the fee is 12.35 for non-store sellers, and then 11.5 for store sellers. So if you have an eBay store, it's going to be about a percentage point lower on that, so give or take. So anyways, I wanted to share that with everybody. I hope this makes sense, and it's a pretty cool new thing that I guess, you know, it just makes sense. They're kind of now combining everything into one transaction instead of having it parsed out between PayPal and eBay. So anyways, hope this got you guys all caught up, and moving on to mail day. We're gonna open some mail days, and got a few that have come in over the last week or so. Always fun to kind of do these live with everyone, just to see what is going on. Let's see. And like I said, I never really know what's what as far as what's actually in the packages. I just know what I've ordered, but again, sometimes things come in later, sometimes they come in earlier. But all right, cool. This is one that I was excited to get. Our newly crowned American League Rookie of the Year, Kyle Lewis. This is the Topps, just the regular base set Topps rainbow foil. Just a simple pickup. Is nothing crazy, but I'm just slowly kind of grabbing all of his you know, kind of easy to get cards right now until you know, hopefully he'll continue to be amazing, and his cards will become a lot harder and more expensive to get in the near future. So I figure now is the time. Also, right now is a great time to buy baseball. We are months and months and months away from the next season, so pretty much everyone's mind is off baseball at this point, and everyone's pretty much focusing on basketball. And of course, we're in the middle of hockey too, so that's where the attention is, and so that means you can get some good deals right now on some baseball. So I highly recommend, if you have any Chase players or anyone for your PC that you collect, I would jump on that now and see what you can get and what kind of prices you can get them for. So great, glad to have this one. All right, we got this guy today. I don't know why it's in a box. It was actually in a bag before, so I opened the bag and then this was in it. So I don't know what it is, to be 100% sure. It's kind of an odd package to send a card in, but you know, to each their own. And the fun part of this is going to be which side is the opening. Still trying to find the opening. Oh, I think I have. There we go. Oh my goodness. Well, they didn't shortchange me on packing materials. Geez, would I get like the Hope Diamond in here? All right, let's see. Oh, I swear, this is the best part of this. All right, let me get my bearings here. Well, got some extra bubble wrap now. I reuse all of that stuff. Actually got a PSA order going out soon, so happy to have that. Okay, well, you know, at least it was for a worthy card. Anyways, this is a Topps rookie. This is the Topps collection rookie for LeBron James, 2003. This is a card that kind of goes under the radar a little bit in terms of his rookie card, because I think most people, when they think of LeBron James Topps rookie card, they think of the white suit. You know, that's kind of the moniker for it, the white suit card, where he's, you know, standing there on draft day in his goofy looking suit. And honestly, I just think it's kind of a goofy picture. I mean, it's iconic in the sense that, you know, yeah, that was the day he got drafted and, you know, so on and so forth. But I think for collectability reasons, I like this version way better. Like, you actually see him in action. He does technically have a Cavaliers jersey on. I don't think that's obviously the right, you know, league jersey, but I do think it's probably from a summer league or something of that sort, or some sort of scrimmage. But anyways, at least it has his, you know, team jersey on, and it's you know, him actually playing basketball, not standing there in a silly looking white suit. But so I'm starting to pick some of these up. They're slightly cheaper than the Topps, the other one with the white suit. Not by like a lot, maybe by $100 or so. I mean, when you're talking, I know some of the raw Topps cards go for, you know, upwards of 500, in decent shape, obviously. This one I did get knowing that it was a little off-centered, as you guys can probably see or have already noticed. The left to right, obviously it's a little right heavy, which, you know, it's not gonna grade a 10. That wasn't my expectations, but an 8 or a 9 would be absolutely fine. And the corners look sharp. The top to bottom isn't terrible. I think you're still within the 60-40 range there, but just the left to right is probably more of a 70-30, so definitely not gonna score big points there. So the main other concern is this person didn't even put it in a soft sleeve. This went right into a raw top loader. That's not good. The surface is, you know, the other thing that most people typically don't pay attention to, but you know, it's not bad. It actually looks pretty clean, so that makes me happy. So hopefully the only battle I'm fighting on this one is the centering, and if that's the case, there is a good chance that this could end up grading quite decent. And like I said, even an 8 in this card is still pretty cool. It's a LeBron James rookie card. I mean, and it's, you know, from a major set, so there's definitely value, and I think that's going to be a cool card to add to the PC. So gonna keep picking these up if I can find them in decent shape, and hopefully add these as we go here. So there you go. All right, got a couple of packages to open with you guys. Again, these are all blind opens, so we will find out what's in them together. All right, first one. Huh. Interesting. I like the protection. Very nice. Bubble mailer. Bubble wrap inside of a bubble mailer. Oh, let's see what this one is. Very cool. So kind of along my theme recently is I am picking up Hall of Fame football cards right now. And these are cards that I just kind of have a feeling are going to be, you know, less and less available as the years go on here, that are of these stars that haven't, you know, gone anywhere really. I mean, Ray Lewis is still a pretty big figure within the NFL. You know, he's on Inside the NFL on Showtime, and it's got a lot of great, you know, stats in the stats books, and, you know, just all around just beast when he was playing. So I think, you know, defensively he's going to continue to be considered one of the greatest of all times, you know, already in the Hall. So I mean, again, if you're hunting for GOATs, you can't go wrong, really. I do think this is a great move, and the Bowman's Best is, you know, one of his more sought after base rookie cards. So I wanted to grab this, and again, got it for a decent price. You know, I think it was $25 to $28 or somewhere around there. It looked good in the pictures. The guy wrote me back. I asked him about the surface. He said, you know, it's his it's from his dad's collection, and he stuck it in the holder pretty much when he got it, you know, whatever, would that be, 96 or 4, yeah, so about 24 years ago. So pretty cool pretty cool that it's hopefully still in real mint pack fresh condition. All right, here's another one. I love this do not bin. I started writing that in all my bubble mailers too. Just makes sense, you know. You would assume people wouldn't just like bin those mailers in half, but you never know. Don't ever assume anything. Okay. All right. So they sent a little business card. Very cool. Their little promotional piece there. All right. I've actually done a few transactions with these guys. They bought stuff for me and I've sold stuff to them. So there's your standard fare of random stuff. Oh, wow. I don't even remember ordering this card. Huh. If you didn't know, Russell Wilson was a baseball player. So here's his rookie card, his first Bowman Chrome card, actually. So it's pretty cool. And this is why I think Russell has a lot of skills when it comes to football, is because he was such a great baseball player. And, you know, same thing with Kyler Murray. You know, they can throw sidearm and do all those, you know, weird, you know, kind of throwing angles. Mahomes, too. I don't know if Mahomes played baseball. I have to double check on that. But I know he obviously invested into a baseball team. And his dad, you know, was into baseball, so I have to check. But very cool. Russell, first Bowman Chrome card to add to the collection. Awesome. Okay, got another package. I honestly don't know what this one is. I feel like I've received most of my packages recently, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh. Look at that. It's obviously a Marino card. This is pretty cool, though. I mean, you know, it's a nice touch, you know. I think sometimes people forget little things like that, you know, make a nice difference. It's not always, you know, even though you're transacting with a stranger, you know, sometimes it's nice to see a little note that makes you smile. All right. Well, thank you, Clay. That was awesome. Okay, so well packaged, secure. I was telling you guys about the little bonuses. It's always fun to include a few things. So let's see here. Drew Bledsoe. Love the junk wax stuff here. It's great. He must think I'm like a true blue Dan Marino fan, but you know, it's cool though. I mean, I appreciate it. This is the reprint, because I doubt that they would give me a 2010. So whenever you guys are buying like classic, you know, like Hall of Famer cards online, and this goes for all sports, baseball, basketball, football, whatever it is, a lot of the times they'll have reprints of some of like the bigger cards that are, you know, kind of like well-known cards. So this was obviously the card that I purchased, which you guys will see in a second, but they do reprints of these cards a lot of the times, like, you know, especially like the Kobe rookie and the LeBron rookies and stuff. There's tons of reprints out there. So, you know, most good buyers will say, you know, it's a reprint before they list it, or they'll put it in the description. Sometimes they'll put RP as sort of the like indicator in the description on eBay. So make sure you pay attention to that. But then another easy way is just like actually, hopefully they'll have a picture of the back of the card, and just look down here where the date of the production of this card is, and you can see like this one says 2010. So obviously this card originally wasn't from 2010, so you know right away it's a reprint. So Joe Flacco. Wow, he just threw all the smorgasbord of all the quarterbacks. Drew Brees, some John Elways. Anyways, very cool. I'll throw these in my box there. So here's the actual card that I bought. So this is the original Dan Marino. These cards are tough to find in great shape. They are, you know, this year specifically, you know, the 84 Topps it's a real tough year. So I'll be super stoked to even get something like a 7 on this, because it's it's a hard card. You know, even you can kind of see the rough edge at the top. It looks a little bit like kind of off, like cut crooked too. You can kind of tell, and this happens a lot too. I had some Bo Jacksons and stuff during I think it was what, 80, whatever year it was, 88 or whatever, I forget which year it was, but you know, the way they cut the cards back then too, I mean, it feels very prehistoric, the way they used to cut cards and stuff. I mean, to cut a card with that jagged of an edge, I mean, come on. So anyways, technology's gotten a lot better, but I mean, the card looks in decent shape. It's not great, but it's not terrible. The back centering looks pretty solid. There's no stains. You know, there's still good color. The picture's still bright. There's no snowing, and that's another thing too. If you know the term snow, print snow, that's a very common thing in 80s cards, and what it basically is, like, there'll be a lot of little tiny white dots on the card, and it looks like snow, so hence the name print snow. Anyways, that's kind of a common I guess you'd say defect for cards from this era, and you gotta just pay attention to that. Sometimes when they get graded, it'll have the grade at the top, and it'll say I think it's PD, which stands for print defect, and most of the time that's because of the snow. So it's just one of those things where it's not anyone's fault. It didn't, you know, it just, that's the way the cards came when they printed it. So it's unfortunate, but it happens, and you just gotta kind of, you know, look for cards that don't have that if possible. So anyways, I'm excited to send this off. This is a cool one for my PC. I'm really trying to build my kind of Hall of Fame cards right now. I think it's a good time. I know, like, there was a little bit of a spike, but, you know, I think it's cooled off, and I do think some of these, you know, great quarterbacks and position players of the 80s and like early 90s are super affordable. And I mean, these guys are going to go down in history as some of the best ever. And I was actually watching Ace Ventura the other night, and they had the Dan Marino in it doing the cameo, which is hilarious. So, you know, he's got a lot of pop culture relevance still. I know he does some, you know, corresponding work for football and stuff still. So Marino's he's one of the greats that's gonna probably stick around for a while. So it's a good card to pick up. And right now I'm eyeballing some other ones like Troy Aikman and Barry Sanders and some of the other football legends from that era. So also on PSA, if you guys don't know, I'll cut away to it right now, but there you go. There is a quarterly specials that they do that you can get good deals on the different grading specials. So each quarter will be a new sort of list of specials. So they usually mix it up pretty well between modern stuff and vintage stuff, even like TCG stuff. So it just kind of depends like what the cycle is that quarter. Because I know last quarter, I think they had Michael Jordan cards, and they had I think Mike Trout and King Griffey Jr. cards. So anyways, they have a very specific sort of set of cards that they will give you this special on. So usually it has to range between like a certain years, and then be certain cards within those years. And then you have to usually do a minimum of 20 cards, but they go as low as $10 per card, which is a great deal considering, you know, the lowest, you know, kind of value economy sort of grading right now is $12 to $15 depending on what era it is. But it's a great deal, so I always keep an eye on that. So that's half the reason why I started picking up these 80s and 90s football cards, is because they have the special right now, which I think is a great deal. So I'm trying to build up my 20 to send in. So I think I got 3 right now, so I got a long ways to go, but you'll probably be seeing some more of these in my mail day stuff as I continue to show them off. But anyways, that's it. Stoked to have this card, and yeah, moving on. Thank you for tuning in for another episode, and if you enjoyed the video or you've found any sort of value in what I rambled on about here, please like the video. That would be awesome. Slowly trying to build up this channel, and you know, all the likes and the subscriptions we can get, the better. Trying to continue to make great content for you guys, give you a different perspective to the hobby, and just continue to do what we do here at House of Cards. So thanks again. We'll see you next time. Peace.